Buenos días y bienvenidos a Module 3. ¿Qué clases tomas? What classes are you taking? Here we go, and with instructional video número 1 para Module número 3, Study Plan Section 1, the very beginning of the study plan. ¿Estudias en la biblioteca? Are you studying in the library? So you can tell you're going to be learning how to put together some interesting sentences and questions in this module. In particular, you're going to be learning about los verbos AR, verbs that end in AR. The objetivos are to identify the meanings of common AR verbs. So these would be activities that you or others do, enhancing your ability to talk about your lives and the lives of others. Let's start with some basics. What are AR verbs when we refer to that term? They are specifically in Spanish verbs that end in AR. And to back up a bit further, let's review what is a verb. Think back to those beginning English classes. A verb is the action in a sentence. So for example, to dance, to study, to walk, to sing. And those will be some of the verbs that you learn how to say in Spanish. Now in Spanish, verbs before they change, and that capitalized section there, before they change, that grammar term is called conjugation, conjugated. And you already worked on the conjugation of the verb ser. I am, you are, he is. That's conjugating. You don't say I to be, you to be, he to be. So we already learned that. So verbs before they change to match a subject end in either AR or the pair ER or IR. There are more verbs that end in AR than in the other two pairs, ER or IR. So we study these first. And you already learned a verb that ends in ER, the verb ser, to be. And by the way, those verb types up here in this line, before the verb is conjugated or changed to match the subject, are called infinitives. An infinitive is the to form. It doesn't have a subject attached to it. It's just a random verb out there, not doing anything except letting you know what it's about. So there's always a to associated, and these are called infinitives in grammar speak. So let's get started. Repita, ayudar. Ayudar, which means to help or to aid. And notice that AR ending. Repita, ayudar. Repita, bailar. Bailar. You can see ballet in there, right? That means to dance. Let's say both of them. Repita, ayudar, bailar. And again, maybe you can get some help connecting ayudar to your thinking by thinking that it has to do with aid, to aid somebody. Repita, buscar. Buscar. And you can see that they are looking for something to look for. So you can use this clue. Look for the bus, look for the car. Look for the bus, look for the car. Let's say what we have so far. Repita, ayudar, bailar, buscar, caminar. Repita, caminar. Maybe you can think, I came over to your house, and how did I get there? I walked. Came over to your house, not in a car, but on my legs. Came to your house walking. Repita, caminar. Let's say them all. Repita, ayudar, bailar, buscar, caminar, cantar. Repita, cantar, which means to sing. If you know the term cantor, a cantor in a church or a synagogue is the one who sings. You can also maybe think of chant, and chanting is a way of singing as well. Let's say them all. Repita, ayudar, bailar, buscar, caminar, cantar, cocinar. Good, to cook. So that's a little bit easier. It starts with C-O, like the word cook. One more time, repita, cocinar. What do we have so far? Repita, ayudar, bailar, buscar, caminar, cantar, cocinar, comprar. Comprar means to buy or to purchase. Las compras, the noun would be your purchases, the purchases. So maybe you can hook it like this. Comprar, cha-ching, comprar, cha-ching. Hear the cash register. Comprar, cha-ching, comprar, cha-ching. Little hook there. Let's say all of them. Repita. Ayudar, bailar, buscar, caminar, cantar, cocinar, comprar. Are you using your best vowel sounds? A, E, O, U. A-E-I-O-U, pronounced A-E-I-O-U. That's it. Only those 5. There's no A. Practice. No A in Spanish. Muy bien. You'll see one twirl. ¿Cómo se dice to buy in español? Take a look at the top scroll bar. Muy bien. Repita. Comprar. To walk. Repita. Caminar. So comprar. Chiching. Caminar. I came over to your house by walking. ¿Cómo se dice to help? Here's your clue. To aid. Repita. Ayudar. ¿Cómo se dice to cook? Good. You remembered it starts with the same 2 letters. C-O. Repita. Cocinar. ¿Cómo se dice to dance? Think of a type of a dance. Give you a clue. Muy bien. Repita. Bailar. ¿Cómo se dice to look for? Think of the clue I gave you. Muy bien. Repita. Buscar. And ¿cómo se dice to sing? Think of the cantor in the church, or to chant. Repita. Cantar. Let's say all of them. Repita. Comprar. Caminar. Ayudar. Cocinar. Bailar. Buscar. Cantar. Now, ¿qué es en inglés? What is bailar in English? Bailar means to dance. Don't forget the to. It's in the infinitive form. It has to have the to. Cantar, ¿qué significa en inglés? Bien, to sing. Comprar. To buy or to purchase. Cocinar. To cook. Caminar. To walk. I came over to your house by walking. Buscar. Good. To look for. You remembered that clue. Look for the bus. Look for the car. And finalmente, ayudar. ¿Qué significa en inglés? To help or to aid. Now, how are you doing coming up with them in español? ¿Cómo se dice to cook? Repita. Cocinar. To dance. Repita. Bailar. To walk. Repita. Caminar. To look for. Repita. Buscar. To help or to aid. Repita. Ayudar. To buy or to purchase. Repita. Comprar. To sing. Repita. Cantar. Let's say them one more time. Look at the picture while you're saying them to really get these embedded in for your new learning. Repita. Buscar. Cantar. Caminar. Comprar. Cocinar. Ayudar. Bailar. We'll go on to 7 more. These are in batches of 7, and there are 4 batches, so 28 en todo. Repita. Descansar. Descansar, which means to rest. Descansar, to rest. How are you going to hook descansar to something that you know? I have a disease. I have to rest. Boy, it's horrible. You see cancer in there a little bit, right? To rest. You're really tired. Descansar. Repita, por favor, desear. Desear. To desire or to wish for. Desear. Let's say what we have so far. Repita, descansar. To rest. Desear. To desire or to wish for. Repita, enseñar. Enseñar. To teach. So maybe the señor or the señora or the señorita is a teacher, to teach. In the classroom, enseñar. Repita, descansar, desear, enseñar, escuchar. Escuchar means to listen. To listen, escuchar. Escucha, the teacher says, escucha, listen, listen, escucha, escucha, listen. Think of me saying that to you, escucha. Put your hand up to your ear, escucha, escucha, listen. Repita, por favor, todos. Descansar, desear, enseñar, escuchar. Esquiar, esquiar. To ski. That's a good cognate. We can see or we can hear ski in there. And remember the Q-U-I. When a Q is followed by a U and an I, forget that the U is even there. It's esqui. It comes out ki. Q-U-E would come out K. You don't even hear that U. Esquiar. Repita. Descansar. Desear. Enseñar. Escuchar. Esquiar. Estudiar. Estudiar. Good cognate. Looks like it's English a bit. You can see study in there. And remember, in Spanish, they can't start a word with ST. Study, they can't with their pronunciation. There's going to be an E in front of that, like espagueti, especial. So think of study, estudiar. Todos, descansar, desear, enseñar, escuchar, esquiar, estudiar. And when you're repeating, be looking at the picture, embed that in your new knowledge. Repita, ganar, ganar, which means to win. It also means to earn. You earn money, earn your salary for your job, or it can mean to gain. Gain is a good trick to help you remember that one, to gain. When you win, you gain. Todos, por favor, repita, estudiar, descansar, enseñar, desear, escuchar, ganar, esquiar. ¿Cómo se dice to ski in español? Take a look at la lista, arriba, above, the list above. La lista arriba. Repita. Esquiar. To desire, to wish for. Repita. Desear. To study. Repita. Estudiar. To win. Or to earn or to gain. Repita, ganar. To rest. Repita, descansar. To teach. Repita, enseñar. ¿Y cómo se dice? To listen, to listen to. Repita, escuchar. Let's say them all. Por favor, repita, esquiar, desear, estudiar, ganar, descansar, enseñar, escuchar. ¿Qué es en inglés? Esquiar en English. Remember the to. Muy bien, to ski. Estudiar, to study. Descansar, to rest. Enseñar, To teach. Escuchar. What's the teacher telling you to do? Muy bien, to listen to. Ganar. To win, or to gain, or to earn. Y desear. To desire or to wish for. Y ahora, finalmente, the toughest part, producing your new knowledge en español. ¿Cómo se dice to win? Repita, ganar. To desire, to wish for. Repita, desear. To teach. Repita, enseñar. To study. Repita, estudiar. To rest. Repita, descansar. To listen to. Repita, escuchar. To ski. Repita, esquiar. And the last time through the whole lista, repita, ganar, escuchar, descansar, enseñar, estudiar, esquiar, desear. Halfway there, repita, hablar, hablar. Look at the blah, 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 blah in there. That means to talk or to speak. Repita, hablar. And remember that H is completely silent at the beginning. Repita, llamar, llamar. The LL is pronounced y, like yellow, pronounced like a Y sign, a Y sound. Now you already have used llamar, como te llamas, me llamo. And in those cases, you're using it in a reflexive nature. How do you call yourself? I call myself. But I can also call the dog. I can call on the phone, okay? And that's not going to be the me or the te. But you are using llamar. Repita, por favor, hablar, llamar. Llegar, llegar, which means to arrive. And here's the little clue for that one. Look at the little word in their body part, leg. All right, you took your little legs and you went someplace and you arrived. I arrived there on my two legs. And there are the two legs right in the front, LL. And how does the LL come out? Like a Y. Repita, por favor, llegar. Todos, hablar. Llamar, llegar. Mandar, mandar, which means to send. So maybe you can think it's mandatory that you get that information into the mailbox and send it right away. That's mandatory to send that important letter. Mandar, to send. Todos, repita, hablar, llamar, llegar, mandar. Mirar, mirar. Mirar means to watch, like mira la televisión, to watch. Or you could say to look at, but I would say to watch would be the more common, mirar. So think of the mirror and you're looking at something, right? So you're watching your reflection in the mirror. So todos, repita, hablar, look at the picture, llamar, llegar, mandar, mirar, nadar. Repita, nadar. So look at those two letters, N-A, navy, nautical. What do those words have to do with? Water. Nadar, to swim. Todos, repita, hablar, llamar, llegar, mandar, mirar, nadar, necesitar. Say each of those vowel sounds. I know you want to say necessary. That sound doesn't exist in Spanish. Necesitar. E-I-A. Repita. Necesitar. Necesitar. 4 syllables. One more time. Necesitar. Todos. Ahora repita. Llegar. Mirar. Nadar. Llamar. Necesitar. Mandar. Hablar. ¿Cómo se dice to talk or to speak? Repita, hablar. To call. Repita, llamar. ¿Cómo se dice to arrive? Repita, llegar. To send. Repita, mandar. It's mandatory to send that letter. ¿Cómo se dice to watch? Repita, mirar. The mirror. Watch yourself in the mirror. ¿Cómo se dice to swim? Take a look at what's left. Muy bien. Repita, nadar. And how do you say all the syllables? 4 syllables for to need. Repita, necesitar. Y ahora en inglés, nadar en inglés. Muy bien, to swim. Llamar. To call. Hablar. To speak or to talk. Necesitar. To need. Mirar. To watch. Mandar. To send. Llegar. To arrive on those legs. And in español, ¿cómo se dice to talk or to speak? Repita, hablar. To watch. Repita, mirar. To send. Repita, mandar. To swim. Repita, nadar. To call. Repita, llamar. To need. Repita, necesitar. And to arrive. Repita, llegar. Last time through, each one, repita, nadar. Llegar. Mandar. Necesitar. Hablar. Llamar. Mirar. Muy bien. And the last, el último, repita, practicar. I know you want to say practicar, right? Practice. There is no a in Spanish. Repita, practicar. Practicar. Repita, preguntar. Preguntar, which means to question, to ask a question. Preguntar. Una pregunta is a question. Okay, todos, repita, practicar. Preguntar. Regresar. Repita, regresar. It's often difficult to start a word with an R because it starts with a trill. Regresar. That's a tricky one. 3 R's there, which means to go back. To return, but not to return something to a store. That's something different. It's a person goes back or returns, or something returns, goes backwards, goes back. So you can think of regressing. If you regress, you go backwards. Repita, todos, practicar. Look at the picture while you're saying that. Preguntar, regresar, tomar, tomar, which means to take. It can also mean to take in, like yo tomo un café. I take in a coffee. I consume that. Okay, repita, practicar, preguntar, regresar, tomar, trabajar, trabajar. Okay, when you say this one, I want you to think you have a shovel. Take your two hands, think of a shovel, right? And I'll dig down in the dirt. Pretend you're digging down in the dirt. Okay, you go trabajar, and on the jar, you throw it over your shoulder. Throw the dirt over your shoulder. Do that motion a couple of times. I'll tell you why. You get this one mixed up with another word. Go ahead, do your shoveling. Trabajar, over your shoulder. Dig the dirt. Trabajar, throw it over your shoulder one more time. Into the dirt. Trabajar. Okay, trabajar means to work. I want you to really get the sense that that's a travail. Travail is to really have to work at something. It's a travail. Trabajar, to work. Okay, todos. Repita. Practicar, preguntar, regresar, tomar, trabajar, usar, usar. Boy, I love that easy one. It's use. Take off the E and put the AR at the end. Usar. To use. Could not be easier. Okay, let's say all of them. Repita. Practicar. Preguntar. Regresar. Tomar. Trabajar. Usar. Viajar. Repita. Viajar. So what happens is students will get trabajar mixed up with viajar because they see the TR at the beginning of trabajar, to work, and they'll say, oh, that means travel, right? TRA, you see those three letters. But think of your shovel, trabajar, trabajar, throw in your dirt. Viajar, I want you to look at that. I want you to think of to travel via a certain road or a certain pathway. You travel via that route. Viajar, to travel. Todos, por favor, repita. Practicar, preguntar, regresar, tomar, trabajar, usar, viajar. ¿Cómo se dice to work? Look at la lista arriba. Muy bien, repita. Trabajar. You had that shovel going. ¿Cómo se dice to take? Or it can be to take in a beverage or a food. Repita. Tomar. To travel. Muy bien. You go via a certain route. Repita. Viajar. To practice. This one is easy, but try to get the pronunciation correct yourself. Good. No ah. Repita. Practicar. ¿Cómo se dice to return? Repita, regresar. And the sign says, happy return to classes. ¿Cómo se dice to question? To ask a question. Repita, preguntar. And finalmente, to use. Repita, usar. Muy bien. En inglés, regresar, ¿qué significa? Remember the two. Regresar means to return, a person return or go back. Tomar, ¿qué significa? To take. Usar. To use, that one's too easy. Trabajar. To work. ¿Qué significa? Preguntar. To question, to ask a question. ¿Qué significa viajar? Awesome, not confusing you, to travel. And ¿qué es practicar en inglés? Bien, to practice. Now the toughest part. En español, ¿cómo se dice to practice? Bien, repita, practicar. To take. Repita, tomar. To travel. Repita, viajar. To return or to go back. Repita, regresar. To work. Get that shovel. Repita, trabajar. To question, to ask a question. Repita, preguntar. Finalmente, to use. Muy fácil. Very easy, muy fácil. Repita, usar. Todos, last time around. Repita, regresar. Practicar. Good A's there. Usar. Tomar. Preguntar. Viajar. Trabajar. Bravo, el fin de instructional video número 1 para Module 3, Study Plan, sección número 1. It's time now to access instructional video número 2, los números entre 0 y 100. So, 2 videos for la sección 1 of the study plan. Adiós.